I wanted to provide you with some additional information that was provided to the South Carolina House of Representatives Oversight Committee on March 20, 2019. This is a no-cause determination that was signed by Susan Bowers, a South Carolina Human Affairs Commission board member, on October 31st, 2014. This is the policy that allowed me to have access to documents if I had an ongoing court litigation case. But South Carolina Human Affairs did everything they could to deny me access to those documents and to deny me justice. I'm going to attempt to read the statement that allowed me to have access to those documents. And the statement goes like this. The complainant and the respondent are hereby notified that if they require copies of the investigative file or any documents contained therein for purpose of litigation, they must submit a request for such copies to include the court docket number within 3 years of the date of the issuance of this determination. Well, I did that, and South Carolina Human Affairs Commission still denied me access to those documents because they wanted to deny justice in my discrimination and retaliation case against South Carolina Department of Employment Workforce. On November 20, 2014, this is the note that I also gave to the South Carolina subcommittee, where I was treated as a common criminal at the South Carolina Human Affairs Commission board meeting, where I personally held Mr. Raymond Buxton and the South Carolina Human Affairs Commission responsible. And that was a very difficult day. It was a very hard day. And it is a day that I should never forget. Excuse the handwriting, but that was from the effects of the day. On January the 5th, 2015, Mr. Buxton sent me a letter acknowledging my statement regarding treated like a common criminal. And in the third paragraph, I'm going to attempt to read this as well. As to your allegation of being treated like a common criminal during the November board meeting, I apologize if you feel that way. As you are aware, prior to the board meeting, I met privately with you and South Carolina Human Affairs Staff Council to discuss your concerns. You proceeded to send letters to the board after our meeting in my office. Because of this, we took the necessary precaution to prevent a disturbance. There was no need for Mr. Buxton to send this letter. There was no need for him to take necessary precaution on November 20, 2014, because I did not make a threat against anyone. I only sent the South Carolina Human Affairs Board members a letter, certified letter, because I had questions that needed to be answered. How do you have a policy allowing me to have access to those documents, but you would not allow me to access those documents with the ongoing litigation case? And then I wanted an explanation for the no-cause determination when there was substantial evidence to prove that South Carolina Department of Employment Workforce was involved in unfair hiring practice. And they also retaliated against me because I stood up for my welfare. The state of South Carolina has unfair hiring practices found in section 11380. And 81 states to fail or refuse to hire, bar, discharge from employment, otherwise discriminate against an individual with respect to individual compensation or terms, condition or privileges of employment because of race, religion, color, sex, age, national origin, or disability. 82 states to limit, segregate, or classify employees or applicants for employment in a way which would deprive or tend to deprive an individual of employment opportunity or otherwise adversely affect the individual's status as an employee because of their individual race, color, religion, sex, age, national origin, or disability. Well, this is what South Carolina Department of Employment Workforce did to me. When they applied, barred from applying, does not meet minimum qualification, and nepotism, which all are false classification, It is illegal to be involved in nepotism in the state of South Carolina, which never happened anyhow. So when South Carolina Department of Employment Workforce applied those stipulations, they became violators of the very law that forbid them to do what they did to me. And when South Carolina Human Affairs Commission and the United States Equal Employment Opportunity Commission of Greenville, South Carolina, refused to hold South Carolina Department of Employment Workforce accountable, they also became violators of the law. No one has been held accountable. I am the only one that has been harmed. I am the only one that has been abused and neglected by the law. And I want to declare to the United States Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, South Carolina Human Affairs Commission, Department of Employment Workforce, the state of South Carolina, justice is still required.